But I want to talk about a certain event called Britain's Got Talent. Um, because a lot of things happen with them lot actually, which I want to get off my chest because people obviously recognise off there, but they don't know the ins and outs or how corrupt it actually is. So I want to take it back to the beginning of when we started back in 2012, like I mentioned back in the first episode. Now, like I said, I started the orchestra back in 2012 with the intentions of changing perceptions of classical and hip hop. And even before we officially got together, like I said, I put the word out on social media and so forth, saying I put together this group. I actually got an email from BGT saying, would you want to be on the show? This was back before we officially even got together. This was 8 years ago. 8 years ago. And I said no because we're not ready yet and so forth, but thank you. And they kept coming back year after year saying, we love you guys, want to do the show, this would be a great platform for you. And I kept saying no, because if you know about these kind of events, you know how corrupt they are. But I think it was like the fifth or sixth time they offered us to perform the show, talking about corrupt, they actually offered us a contract to lose in the semi-finals, but get fast-tracked to the semi-finals. And if you saw the money they were offering us to lose, it was ridiculous. I think, if I remember off the top of my head, this was like 4 or 5 years ago now, when they originally, like one of the times they offered us, after many times, I think the semi-finalists would get 10 grand a performance, and the winners would get 15 grand a performance, and they would take care of all the contracts, documents, events, and so forth. You just turn up and perform. And so that was when they offered us that. I got my guys together. So look, I'll think about it. In my mind, I put on a poker face and said, I'll think about it. Spoke to my guys and said, look, they're basically offering us a contract to lose in the semi-finals, yet they'll take care of us for the future. And we had a chat for like half an hour to an hour. I think it was longer. But they all said, if they're offering us this money to lose in the semi-final, then bloody hell, we'll take it. What's the loss in that? We'll get far. We'll get a name out there. Plus, we're getting paid good money. So went back to BGT and said, we'll love to do it. What's the next steps? They said that when they needed us to film a sort of behind the scene, like a audition off a phone or from a camera, do it however you want to. Just film like an audition so you can skip the pre-audition stage to get to the main stage. And they said to do that by this date. And we did it, filmed it, We filmed it and sent it off by this date. On the day of the deadline or the day before, exactly what they wanted, and we never heard back. And I heard the reason why things didn't happen is because the guy that we were dealing with, who offered us the original slot, he got fired. So that year didn't happen. But then 2 years later, when we actually got onto the show, when they got in contact again, they said, do you want to do the show again this year? And I said, look, I would only do it if I can arrange a meeting with your top people, because we've dealt with you several times in the past before, and I'm not happy about how things have worked out. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Oh no, sorry. Oh no. Sorry about that. So carrying on, I said to them that I don't want to do the show unless I arrange a meeting with your bosses, your top people, because I'm not happy with how things have been dealt with in the past. They said they can't do that because of certain reasons. I thought that was bullshit. I've asked them. I said, look, I need to arrange a meeting with you. And then luckily they offered us a meeting with, I think, the boss of the show, one of the top producers, and the talent scout who offered us the slot. I met up with them, explained the situation of what happened last time, and I would only do the show if we're guaranteed certain bits, because obviously I want to protect our name, our image, our reputation, and so forth. And they said, yeah, well, that's fine, we'll do all that for you. What we need you to do though, George, is to expand on the orchestra. We want to put on a show. We want to put on a proper show. We've seen your work is fantastic. We could take it bigger. So we want to add more members, more string members, different musicians and so forth. And we want to add a choir. I said, okay, we could do that. That's no problem at all. So I met up with, I remember actually the choir that we added were called the LIGC, London International Gospel Choir. And I met with one of my best friends called Nikki Segal, and Nav, who runs the orchestra. Met with them, explained the situation, saying, we're doing BGT this year. This is what they want. Is this something we can do? And thank God they helped out with that. They were amazing with that. Check them out if you can. LIGC. Met up with them, arranged different musicians for. So I added a choir to the orchestra. Put the word out saying there's a massive event happening in a few months. Can't tell you what it is just yet, but whoever's interested, get in touch with me. And literally, like I said in the first episode, in a few weeks, things exploded in terms of getting free rehearsal space and so forth. The same thing happened with the BGT, and we went from a core member of 10, 11 members to 33, I think it was, which included a rapper, choir, loads of string people, beatbox, obviously myself, bassists as well. Shout out to members, by the way. And everyone in that event who were amazing. Within a few weeks to a month, we went from 10 to 33 members, 32. And the process of getting things ready for that was bloody insane. Because like I said, going from 10 to 33 members, 32, whatever it was, scouting for different people that they needed to that things that we needed, writing the music out, sorting clearances out, all the documents, the contracts, all the people and so forth was absolutely mental, like a back and forth thing. It was mental. And then that's just a quick introduction to how things happened. Then we turn up to the event. It was at the London Palladium. Spent the whole day there. It was such a long day, but it was an amazing experience. So I can't lie, it was such a good day. But I'll tell you other things that happened actually as well, because before we actually got to the show as well, during meetings and emails and so forth, they were saying, "Oh, would you mind?" They were like giving us like stupid ideas, like, "Would you mind wearing robes and then taking them off halfway through your performance?" And "Would you mind doing this and that and da da da?" It's like, no. Like that idea, no. Because they were stupid. They were bloody stupid. But when we turned up to the performance, we got there, I think, at 10 or 10:30 in the morning at Palladium. We had a sound check at, I think, 11ish, half 11. And during our sound check, the boss was there who I had a meeting with. God, you lot sound bloody amazing. This is fantastic. I said, thank you. But then I had a guy in a suit. This is another stupid thing that happened. I had a guy come up to us during sound check. I don't know who he was. He's just a guy in a suit, as they all are. He said, "Would you mind changing your name from the Hip Hop Orchestra to the London Orchestra? But then after the performance, would you mind going back to the Hip Hop Orchestra?" I said, "No, that's stupid. Please leave us alone now." Not in those words, but I said, "No, we're not willing to do that." Even my guys were like, "No, we're not doing that." So okay, it's fine. It's just an idea of us. Did a sound check, all sounding brilliant, and then we went back stage for the whole day. Then we came back on stage at 7 o'clock at night. I think 7:30, 7 at night, and we realised that during a performance, as the performance was happening, that they brought out less equipment for us to use, meaning the sound was completely different. The version you see on TV is a completely different version to how it sounded during sound check. They basically messed us over big time in terms of how it looks and sounded, and I knew that was a big reason why they didn't want to do it in the first place, because I know how corrupt they are, and they made us look. In my personal view, I thought it made us look really bad. That's just my personal view, because I know that every single person I work with is bloody unbelievable. Everyone, they're so unbelievably talented, and I'm not taking anything away from them because they were brilliant. But the way they made us look, and yeah, things could have gone better in certain avenues, but in terms of performance, but if you know what we normally sound like, I'll attach a original link below to one of our to rehearsals leading up to it, which is how we normally sound. The way they made us looked, I thought, shit, putting it lightly. We got 3 yeses and 1 no from Amanda Holden, bitch. And they always said, look, this is fantastic. Just work on your rehearsals a bit more for next time. That'll be it. And that meant we got through to the quarterfinals that year, and that's as far as we got. But this is a big reason why I don't really like talking about that experience, because, like I said, they made us look not as good as we normally sound, and yeah, it's just I don't like talking about it that much. People like to talk about it and they also want to see it, but I don't like bringing it up for that matter. But like I said, I've taken nothing away from the guys because they were so professional the whole way, and they're so talented. It's unreal.